Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Cliff Backus, and this is your pushbuttonstocktrading.com daily video market review weekend edition. Before we get started, I want to talk about three pieces of software that I find indispensable. I once had a friend for whom I have the utmost respect admonish me against shilling for the software companies. But I feel strongly that traders can and should benefit from highgrowthstock.com, freestockcharts.com, and marketsmith.com. So, shill I will. Let's start with MarketSmith. MarketSmith is a set of investment research tools for mastering the market, offering a set of extremely robust stock screeners, charts, and pattern recognition. More importantly, we use MarketSmith to generate our stock checklist, which we use to develop our universal watch list. Take a free trial of MarketSmith. Next, we have freestockcharts.com, which is a Warden Brothers product and has all the versatility of their TC2000 program on an a la carte basis. These are the charts we use in our daily video market review. I use the premium version, but they also offer an advertising-driven free version. And lastly, highgrowthstock.com, HGSI. HGSI is a remarkably versatile product that I use for analyzing and screening data. The Spectrum Analyzer is an HGSI product, and you can get a 1-month free trial of highgrowthstock.com. And you don't even need a credit card. And that's our commercial for this week. Okay, much of what we do at Push Button Stock Trading is based in part or in full on William O'Neill's classic book, How to Make Money in Stocks. O'Neill utilizes the acronym CANSLIM to identify the important elements of what he's looking for in a trade. The A in CANSLIM stands for annual earnings and reminds us that we should be looking for stocks that have an average of at least 25% annual earnings growth over the past 3 to 5 years. The L in CANSLIM stands for leader or laggard. It's important that we identify where the leadership in the market is. To that end, we use HGSI, High Growth Stock Investors Spectrum Analyzer, to identify market leadership on a daily basis. So let's get started with that. Friday, of the top 100 most powerful stocks in the most powerful industry groups, 10 came from packaged foods, 6 from biotech, 5 from medical devices, 5 from healthcare supplies, and rounding out the top 5, we have information services and semiconductor devices, both with 5 stocks each in the top 100 most powerful stocks in the most powerful industry groups. Recently, we've been seeing a lot of semiconductor devices. We've been seeing a little bit of healthcare supply, a little bit of medical devices, and a little bit of biotech. These may be good places to look for strength in this market. Let's start today by taking a look at the NASDAQ Composite. Friday, the NASDAQ Composite was up 44.69 points, or 0.92%. We closed at 49.14, and notice how we took out this level of resistance, which now becomes support in the 4900 area. That's a significant area. Hopefully we'll be able to hold above that. Also, notice how the NASDAQ closed right at the top of its daily trading range. That's a bullish indication. That should make the bulls happy. Trading volume, while below average, was above the prior day on Friday. That gives us an accumulation day. For you followers of William O'Neill, we are in a confirmed uptrend. We have been since February 18th, and we have only 3 distribution days in the past month. That's not much distribution for this point in a confirmed uptrend. Right now, the market's bracketed by support down here in the 4900 area and resistance at the old high, right up here in the 5164 range. Our market timing model is currently on a buy signal. Let's take a look at what the S&P 500 is up to. But before we do that, the M in the CANSLIM acronym stands for market, and to my way of thinking is the most important element. So let's take a quick look at the market here. Stocks staged a very bullish reversal on Friday. After gapping sharply lower at the opening, shares turned higher, closing at or near their highs for the session and the week. Trading volume was below average but was higher than the prior day, giving us an accumulation day. For the week, the Nasdaq closed up 2.95%, while the S&P tacked on 1.81%. Our market timing model is on a buy signal. A buy signal indicates that both aggressive and conservative traders can buy, but we shouldn't be increasing margin at this point. Our universal watch list is beginning to look a little bit more healthy with 36 names this week. In a healthy market, we'll generally see between 50 and 90 stocks on the universal watch list. We remain cautiously bullish on the market. If the market remains healthy, the number of stocks in our universal watch list will continue to increase. In spite of the sharp reversal Friday, declining issues edged advancers. The New York Stock Exchange advanced decline line, however, continues to look very bullish. New highs also trounced new lows. A minor concern for the bulls, the McClellan oscillator closed weaker on Friday, barely in buy territory. According to our Ramosi ratio, after 2 sessions of underperforming, large capitalization stocks bettered small again on Friday. They continue to outperform on a 10-day moving average basis. Small caps typically outperform in bull markets. The market remains bullish. The McClellan oscillator is indicating that the market may be a little stressed here and in need of a short-term correction. Traders may want to take advantage of any weakness that develops to add to or tweak their portfolios. That noted, be careful, and as always, keep your stops in place. Okay, on Friday, the S&P 500 was up 13.04 points, or 0.63%. We closed at 2072, closed near the top of the daily trading range, which makes the bulls happy. Trading volume was higher than the prior day, but remained below average. We are in a confirmed uptrend on the S&P 500, have been since February 18th, and we have only one distribution day. Actually, I'm sorry, we have a distribution day right here. We have 2 distribution days on the S&P 500, but 2 distribution days is not a lot of distribution, considering the age of this bull market. Right now, the S&P is bracketed by support down here in the 2044 area and resistance right here in the 2116 range. That resistance comes from this high that we put in all the way back in November of 2015. Our market timing model is on a buy signal. As we noted earlier, a buy signal indicates that both aggressive and conservative traders can buy, but we shouldn't be increasing margin at this point. Let's take a look at some stocks that we may be interested in watching, but before we do, just a note. All of the individual stocks that we talk about in our video market reviews are from our universal watch list. To qualify for our universal watch list, a stock has to have satisfied at least 72% of our stringent technical and fundamental criteria and continue to satisfy at least 62%. Out of our trading universe of over 7,000 stocks, there are generally only about 50 to 90 stocks that meet these strict criteria and make our universal watch list. These are the only stocks we review in our daily video market review, and for the most part, they're the only stocks that we use in our trading strategies. That noted. Let's take a look at a few stocks that we might be interested in watching this week. First stock I want to take a look at is Vulcan Materials. Vulcan produces construction aggregates, asphalt mix, ready mix concrete for the construction and paving industries. The stock is in a first stage base with a pivot point in the 106.84 area. We get a 72% checklist rating, and Friday, we traded higher trading volume than any down day in the past 10 trading sessions. That's our definition of a pocket pivot. Notice how the stock bounced off of its 10-day simple moving average, which we show here in green, and actually broke above its pivot area at 106.84, closing at 107.21. Vulcan Materials can be bought here by aggressive and conservative traders. While it was a pocket pivot on Friday, we would have preferred to see at least 140% of average daily volume on the breakout. But Vulcan Material is a fairly conservative stock and actually may be worth consideration by both conservative and aggressive traders. Next, let's take a look at Virgin America. Virgin America is a low-cost airline offering premium services with scheduled air travel in the continental United States and Mexico. Stock right now is in a first stage base with a pivot point in the 39.20 area. Notice how Friday we tried to break out of that base, but we dropped back into it, closing higher than the prior day, but below the breakout point. Trading volume has been very strong in this stock. We're seeing quite a bit of accumulation recently, worth taking a note of. We get a 76% checklist rating, and Virgin America can be considered by aggressive and conservative traders. Look for the stock to break above that 39.20 area on at least 140% of average daily volume. It can also be noted that yesterday we traded higher, or Friday we traded higher trading volume than any down day in the past 10 trading sessions, which technically is the definition of a pocket pivot. But typically we want to see a pocket pivot find support at its 10-day simple moving average or its 21-day exponential moving average, and we are well above that area. And so we don't really qualify for a pocket pivot right here. Watch for a breakout in Virgin American on at least 140% of average daily volume. Sticking with the airline theme, the next stock we want to take a look at is Southwest Airlines, which provides predominantly point-to-point, high-frequency, short-haul domestic airline services to 97 cities and 40 states. The stock has been working on this cup with handle base with a buy point up here in the 45.39 area. Southwest Airlines gets a 64% checklist rating and can be considered by aggressive and conservative traders if it was to break above that area on at least 140% of average daily volume. Note that we haven't seen the type of accumulation in Southwest Airlines that we have in Virgin America. Virgin America may be a better choice, although Southwest Airlines is certainly the larger carrier, so may be more interesting to conservative traders. Next, let's take a look at Acuity Brands. Acuity Brands is a holding company engaged in the production of lighting products for the industrial, commercial, and residential markets. Stock has been working on this second stage cup with handle base with a pivot point up here in the 222.85 area. Notice we closed just a heartbeat above that on Friday. Acuity gets a 68% checklist rating and may be worth noting by both conservative and aggressive traders. I would want to see the stock trade higher today, maybe sharply higher today, on at least 140% of average daily volume. Acuity is worth keeping an eye on as the market goes forward here. Might be a good conservative position. And the last stock I want to take a look at today is Facebook. Facebook provides a social networking platform enabling members to stay connected with friends and family via Facebook.com. As we mentioned last week, Facebook is working on this first stage base-on-base formation. Notice how we put in this base. We broke out of it and then fell back into the base. We're working on a first stage base-on-base with a pivot point up here in the 117.59 area. Facebook gets a 76% checklist rating. Look for Facebook to break out on at least 140% of average daily volume. Facebook right now is my favorite fundamental stock and may be worth a look by both conservative and aggressive traders. Again, wait for the breakout, wait for at least 140% of average daily volume. That's about all I have for today. If you want to talk about any of the stocks mentioned today or any of our market strategies, please feel free to give me a call. drop me an email, or make an appointment. Come by the office, see what we're up to. Contact information is on the home page. Please take a minute to go to our subscription page and subscribe to Push Button Stock Trading. You can also follow us on Twitter at PushButtonStock. Again, my name is Cliff Backus. That's your daily video market review. Have a safe and profitable day. Keep your stops in place, and I will see you again tomorrow. Please stay tuned for our important disclaimers. All the best. Disclaimers. Push Button Stock Trading Video Market Review is produced and edited by Clifford B. Backus. Mr. Backus is a Senior Vice President of Investments, Technical Analyst, Portfolio Manager, and Partner with the investment firm of Ohannes & LaCours Incorporated. Video Market Review is produced solely for the benefit of our clients, friends, and colleagues. Anything written, stolen, and/or plagiarized in this publication is done without malice. Further, the analysis and opinions expressed in this publication are strictly those of the editor and not of Ohannes & LaCours Incorporated, its affiliates, subsidiaries, or any of the officers or employees of Ohannes & LaCours, Inc. On that note, we submit the following. The analysis, calculations, and evaluations presented herein are based on data and assumptions Ohannes & LaCours Incorporated believes to be accurate. Ohannes & LaCours Incorporated makes no representation that such analysis or calculations are accurate or that such valuations represent levels at which actual trades may occur. This report has been prepared from original sources except where otherwise noted, and data we believe to be reliable. Ohannes & LaCours, Inc., its affiliates and subsidiaries, and/or their officers and employees or their families may from time to time acquire, hold, or sell a position in the securities mentioned herein. Moreover, opinions may differ from one entity to the next. If we are used in connection with the purchase or sale of any security discussed in this report, we may act as principal for our own account or as agent for both the buyer and the seller. Push Button Stock Trading is dedicated to the education of friends, clients, and paid subscribers. Push Button Stock Trading is an information service only. The information provided herein is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell stocks of any kind. Push Button Stock Trading is created to aid subscribers in making informed investment decisions based wholly or in part on technical analysis. It's possible that at this time or some subsequent date, the editors of Push Button Stock Trading may own, buy, or sell the investments presented. All investors should consult a qualified professional before making any investment. The information provided has been obtained from sources deemed to be reliable, but it is not guaranteed as to the accuracy or completeness. The editors of Push Button Stock Trading make every effort to provide timely information to subscribers, but cannot guarantee specific delivery times due to factors beyond our control.